my on my phone. Oh, hello. All right, so we're driving home from after skydiving, and we're just going to describe the process in case anybody's curious. So we can drive while we talk. So I don't know, Jay, do you want to start off, or do you want to describe it, or do you want me to, or both of us kind of jumping in?
I think you're good with words.
All right. So we did the training, air quotes training, okay? It was like a 10-minute video, which half of the video was just, you know, the lawyers saying,
We're not liable if you
we're
die.
not liable, and if you die, you can't sue us. And if you try to sue us, you have to pay the legal costs for our lawyers. And you're signing away, I mean, literally signing away every right to sue, and and acknowledging that yes, you could die and you're okay with that. That was the training video. Yeah, the video didn't really have any training advice.
It did tell you to cross your arms, tilt your legs back.
Yes.
Which is, you know, everything that we needed to know.
Yes. So, okay, yeah, they had a little 10-second blurb about how to actually skydive in the training video. Then they hooked us up to the harness, and then we walked out to the plane, got on the plane, and then on the flight up, they cinched the harness down a little bit and did some extra checks. And this one guy jumped out in front of us, and he was a veteran, right? He wasn't a newbie like us, and he just jumped out like it's cool, and it was the craziest thing to see someone do that in real life. Crazy. And then they shut the door and we went up higher. We went up to the max altitude. And it's funny, the door was just like a little shed door that slides up on rails.
It did not look as secure as it should be.
It wasn't secure at all. And it was like see-through plastic, you know, just really thin, see-through, flimsy plastic.
It's like, hey, that's not airplane material.
Right. And then the guy said, okay, it's time to jump. And then he said, I'm going to do all the work of getting us out the door. I just want you to lift your legs up in the air when I tell you to. So, you know, and cross your arms. So that's a vulnerable position. I have no control. This guy's just going to shimmy me out to the door and then go when he's ready. And I really didn't want to lift my legs up. I just didn't want to. I wanted to like grab the bar and go to the door myself. You know, I didn't want to let him push me, but I did. I lifted my legs up, crossed my arms, and I let him shimmy over to the door. And then whenever he was ready, he fell out. It wasn't even a push. He leaned over and fell, and I fell with him. Oh my gosh, crazy. JJ, you mentioned how that looked from your perspective, right?
Yeah. So I was, you know, the whole time waiting for when I got really nervous, when the adrenaline would start pumping, when I'd be, you know, the moment of panic. And it didn't happen when I jumped. It happened when Dad jumped, because I just seeing my dad just like fall out of a plane. It's like, oh, that's gonna happen to me next.
Yes, and he felt literally, you can feel the adrenaline shooting into your veins from wherever it is adrenaline shoots. You feel your blood feels different. Your blood goes cold. That's what they say, and you can feel that when you're that scared. It's crazy.
Because you know, every bodily instrument is going, panic, panic. What is going on here? That is height, that is danger, you're going to fall. You have to override it.
Yeah, you got to override that, because every instinct in your body is saying, you are about to die. Oh my gosh. So then you're falling and screaming, and I don't know, maybe some people don't scream, but I was screaming the whole way down until the parachute opened. Mixture of joy and terror. And and laughter. I was laughing and screaming the whole way. And the world is getting bigger really fast, and I didn't really enjoy the free fall sensation of free falling. I kind of didn't notice I was free falling. I noticed I was dying, kind of, you know. It didn't feel like weightless, like, oh, this is so peaceful. No. It wasn't peaceful. It was terrifying. But funny too, you know. JJ, how was your free fall experience?
My free fall experience was a little different. I wasn't terrified. I was like, I was relaxed. I was, you know, feeling the wind on my face, thinking, hey, this is kind of nice. The world was getting bigger, but not as fast as I thought it would get bigger. It was just like, you know, looking out the window of an airplane, except there was no airplane, it was just you.
Yes, I remember thinking I'm flying. I remember thinking that. I am flying like a bird.
I was thinking I'm falling to the ground.
Several times I wasn't scared until he told me to pick my legs up in the airplane and let him push me. And then I was scared, and then when I'm falling, I'm scared, but it's like I feel safe scared, you know, roller coaster scared, you know. But several times during that fall, I thought, what if these latches pop and I just separate?
Oh, there were two instances where I felt, you know, panic. It wasn't during the free fall. The free fall, I felt safe during the free fall. It was once the parachute came out that my brain started to panic. When he gave me controls over the parachute, and I yanked right, and then sure enough, I went right. But the way I went right, like I swung out, and like all of a sudden I was facing the ground again, thinking, uh-oh, what if I just like fall?
Right.
And that frightened me, feeling the G-forces and seeing the ground suddenly, you know, appear back into view. That was scary. And then also, when he adjusted the harness mid-air to make it a little more comfortable.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you felt slack. It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he pulled like he pulled a pin or something, and then the harness popped, and it lowered you down in the harness. He warned me before he did it.
Yeah, me too.
But it still
didn't make it any less scary.
It didn't feel right. He said, okay, you're going to feel a little pop, but that's normal. Pop. And then you've like fell out of half of your harness, like a half inch of uh-oh, what just happened? Yeah, but there were several times, you know, I enjoyed the ride the whole way, and but I wasn't thinking about dying the whole way. There were just these moments where the thought, you know, I could die. I actually could die if the harness snaps, or, you know, some pin comes loose, or some buckle pops off. You know, I could fall and separate and die. And you know, but I just told myself that's not rational. These harnesses, these buckles are geared to do 500 pounds without failing, and I'm attached at multiple points, and even if one of them fails, the other one still works, you know. So rationally, I told myself I'm not going to die. But several times, a good 4 or 5 times, I thought to myself, I think I'm going to die. And I just had to talk myself out of it to enjoy the thing. So, okay. So we're free falling, and then he opens a parachute, and I thought that was going to be a big jerk, but it wasn't. It was
really,
like,
it was a bit of a jerk for me.
Yeah, mine was kind of gentle.
Real snug around my legs, and it yanked real hard.
Nah, mine was kind of gentle.
Really?
It was like whoosh, and then you're then it's open. Yeah, mine wasn't rough at all. And then he's steering and doing twists and turns. He didn't give me control because I was screaming the whole time. Spinning and steering around and whatnot. And that was cool.
Yeah, having control. You'd think it'd be reassuring having control. It wasn't at all. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna crash.
Right. I'm gonna get it all tangled up and the parachute's gonna collapse, right? Yeah, and then the landing, so the way we landed is like on our butts. So instead of trying to like do a standing stop, we were kind of moving fast in the wind, maybe 20 miles an hour, 15, 20. And so we just lifted our legs up and landed on our butts, sliding forward. And it was 100% forward momentum. The contact with the ground was like nothing. It was very, very gentle. I don't know.
Way more gentle than I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be a thud.
Right, yeah.
But no, we glided.
Yeah, he like yanked up the cords and everything, so we were moving forward really fast, but we weren't really going down fast at all. I guess we had like the wing chutes, so they generated lift, like gliders. So if you have enough speed, you don't sink. So that's how that worked. Yeah, that's the whole experience. So, Dad, I know you want a live debrief so you can answer questions. So I'll call you right up, and we'll be posting this soon for the whole world. So, okay. Edward and Jeremiah's first skydiving experience.